This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Shashina Roll. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping news as the economic wheels on Grand Bahama continue to turn slowly. The empowerment of Bahamians remained the focus of the Grand Bahama Port Authority. Today, the port hosted the first Freeport Economic Empowerment Development Conference at the Pelican Bay Resort. Italia Hall was there.
A cross-sector of the business community turned out for the first Freeport Economic Empowerment Development Conference, also known as FEED, on Tuesday morning. The event, which was hosted by the Grand Bahama Port Authority, seeks to empower the lives and inspire the minds of Grand Bahamians. President of the Grand Bahama Port Authority, Ian Roll, says this island's economy is ripe for future growth and development.
FEED is not just about providing information to you and stopping there. Our desire is to also have you give us feedback. We want to hear from you.
Senior Manager of Group Corporate Affairs, Kimberly Miller, says the conference is timely and bodes well for the island of Grand Bahama.
Why not talk about what's currently going on in our economy, but most importantly, what we can do in order to be positive innovators for what's going on in our economy at this time. We are very pleased to be a part of a forum such as this because it's just right. It's the right time, it's the right moment, and we have a fantastic lineup of speakers.
Trainer and mediator Laura O'Neill focused on the topic, what is holding you back?
It's all about them. With the economy is really about relationships, and I want to make sure that they understand the relationship between themselves and themselves before they look at their relationship between Grand Bahama, Freeport, and themselves, and even the nation.
Former Grand Bahama resident, now Turks Island-based economist Gilbert Morris, spoke on Freeport's power and potential to generate wealth. Morris underscored the significance of this major conference.
This sort of thing is necessary, and in other countries, almost every month there's a major, because it keeps momentum going. It keeps people focused. New ideas come to the fore. New things are happening in the world every day.
This premier event came to a close with a roundtable discussion by talk show host Daryl Miller. Italia Hall, ZNS Network News.
Switching gears now, after some delay, the Progressive Liberal Party's candidate for Central Grand Bahama can now officially move forward with the campaign after being ratified in the nation's capital this past Friday. Tonight, Sabrina Brown tells us that party officials and supporters are excited about the way forward.
A jubilant crowd of supporters from Grand Bahama traveled to New Providence to witness the ratification of Senator Julian Russell, the Progressive Liberal Party's standard bearer for Central Grand Bahama. This is Senator Russell's second attempt to represent the constituency, and he says he is grateful for the opportunity.
Anybody who's been given a second chance, I think, has been blessed and honored, right? You've learned from what you've done the first time around. I'm very confident this time around. Like I said out in my speech, with God's help, we will win Central this time around. And I would like to send an invitation out to anybody that's out there, and want to join us. We have a big tent and be ready for.
Assistant Secretary General of the PLP, Michelle Rackley, says this government has the best interest of the people at heart, adding that Senator Russell is the best choice for Central Grand Bahama at this time.
As you can see, the PLP is the best choice. It's a party of stability. There's no other party. We have been a party from years and years, and we are still the best choice for the Bahamian people. Because I can assure you, when the votes are counted, when the constituencies are in, Central Grand Bahama will be in the winning column.
Supporters say they are excited that Russell has been ratified, and they are confident that he will continue to work to better the lives of constituents.
A lot of people work is going on, regardless of what the people say out there. It's a lot of work going on in Independence One. Cleanup have been done, Independence One houses have been repaired, only because of his care in government. And because Julian's on board, he's going to see that everything is touched.
We are equipped and ready. It's here or nothing at all. This is where it's at.
Sabrina Brown, ZNS Network News.
The criminal element striking over the weekend at a popular eatery tonight. The business owner is sharing his ordeal and thanking the Royal Bahamas Police Force for swift action. Megan Shepard reports.
Local businessman Philip Roll began his business of selling the popular late-night grilled food at the Les Fountains Plaza back in 2007. The small business owner getting emotional as he recounts being robbed at gunpoint at his business establishment this past Sunday morning at around 2:30 a.m.
For me, it was a very hard thing to do because just as they came desperate for my money, I was even more desperate to keep my money. And I know they always say that when someone comes to you with a gun, give them your money, and I agree with that all the time, right? But this particular time, Megan, listen, the economy of Grand Bahama is bad. And when I started this year, I started this because I didn't have no job. So I went out there and I created something for me, you understand, to take care of me and my family. And when someone could just come and just say, come, let me take everything that you have today, I don't know if I'm prepared to do that all the time.
Rule says the struggle began at his establishment, spilled into the road, and then to another nearby business. The armed man eventually ran off into the bushes with his apron filled with his entire day's earnings.
These guys was out here so long, out here tussling with me, trying to take what was mine. They even beat me in my head with the gun. I mean, one of them actually cranked the gun and pull the trigger. Twice he cranked his gun and pull the trigger, and when it didn't work, he beat me in my head till my head had to take 7 stitches just so that they could take what he in theirs.
The robbery took place during one of Roll's busiest hours. Roll says the brazen bandits showed no concern for the almost 30 persons in the area near his business.
They came out here where I was serving. The grill was full with meat. I had customers on the side, customers in the front, and I tell you, everybody just left their investment. Everything that they paid for, they just jumped in their cars and they just pulled off and left the premises. You know, and I don't know what's going to take for them to come back, you understand? So to me, this is a very emotional thing for me because, like I say, this is my life. I don't have no other means of income. So if they think they could always just come here and take what I working hard for.
He adds that not only does this robbery affect him and his family, but the 6th person he employs.
They got to think about all of these things, man. Not the small man like me. Me and you struggling just alike. You understand? I late with rent, you late with rent. You know? I in the food store trying to find a deal, you in the food store trying to find a deal.
Roll is thanking the Royal Bahamas Police Force for their swift response as the 2 armed robbers were captured and taken into custody shortly after the incident. Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
Stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition continues right after this.